What's up guys, this is Ryan64 back again with another video. Hang on, let me just adjust my mic. Okay, hope it's working now. Hey, what's up guys, this is Ryan264 back again with another video for you guys. I just wanted to talk about this book that I read, Every Falling Star, by Sun Jin Lee and Susan McKelland. I thought the book was really good. It was interesting to see somebody's life in this country that we don't really know a whole lot about. I would love to say that I know a lot about it, but I don't think anybody really does know a lot about North Korea. All we know, it's a dictatorship and it's basically like hell if you live there. But yeah, it was a very interesting perspective reading from the point of view of a boy who isn't too far off from my age, ultimately, and seeing how crazy his life was before my existence. I think that's the part that got me the most, that this all happened before I existed, really. And to think that this was going on for me, it's like, that's just crazy to think about. Because you gotta remember, I've only been on this earth by the time I'm recording this video for 17 years. And almost 18 years. And it's crazy to think that stuff like this is going on even before my time. And I know World War II and Vietnam and everything, but that was far before my time, and this is closer to it. The story centers around this boy whose father gets kicked out of the government and is forced to live in poverty. And the boy eventually loses his parents because they run away to find food in China. And he has to be a street kid, meets a couple friends, and then they make a gang, and then they start losing boys, one, then another, and eventually the main character finds his grandparents, and he eventually runs into his father. And it's sad, but hopeful at the same time. It's interesting to hear a story like this being told, because I usually don't hear a story like that, and how they idolize their leader like he's this mythic creature. And I think the best quote from the book is right after the leader of North Korea, Kim Il-sung or something like that. I don't care about the leaders of North Korea. Anyways, he dies and the main character says, "Gods don't die." There's something very similar to that, and that was the part that made me go, "Oh, okay, that's awesome." And there's some other awesome things. The fact that his grandfather doesn't give up hope, and he does. And once he reaches his grandfather, his flame of hope is re-sparked. And I thought that was really cool. It's definitely not like something you would think I'd like. No giant mechs, no explosions. There's some action, but nothing like Master Chief dropping a bomb onto a Covenant spaceship. It was an interesting story. I really enjoyed it, and I wish I had the book in front of me right now instead of reading off and having a picture of it. But the book was given to me by a teacher, and she asked for it back, so I gave it back because we were working on it for school. And it was definitely worth a read. And I listened to the audiobook that's on YouTube, and I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to check it out. I really enjoyed it. The audiobook's 9 hours, but I hit the little multiply by 2, and I was able to get through it in a lot less. Don't hit math at me at this early in the evening. But I thought it was ultimately it was a really good book, and I feel like I learned something about North Korea and how just terrible it is there. But it also made me think of another thing. If I was to show up to North Korea in my super ultra Veritech, and I was packing some heavy guns, and I had all the RDF, Robotech Defense Force destroids with me, and like 9 monster destroids, basically giant tanks on legs. and it had an army of Spartans, and we went in there and we just kicked the snot out of them. Would we really be accomplishing anything? Would we really be accomplishing anything? Or would we just continue to look like the bad guys? Now, I leave that question with you guys to think, if I was to do that, would I really be considered a good guy, or would I just be considered an annoying invader? That I'd obviously win. I mean, let's be real, the Cyberts don't lose very often. Anyways, I thought the book was great. You guys should go check it out. This is the Rhinosaur T264. Sign out. Peace.